Here is how to do stand-alone inverter system configuration using ATS. To begin with, connect the banana jacks between the out 1, 2, 3 and 4 plus and minus terminals of solar simulator and channel 1, 2, 3 and 4 plus and minus terminals of joint box. Connect the banana jacks between the output plus and minus terminals of joint box and the solar plus and minus terminals at 1 of charge controller. Connect the banana jacks between the charge controller part 1's battery plus and minus terminals and the charge battery part's battery 1 plus and minus terminals. Here, the battery stores the virtual photovoltaic power put out at the fixed voltage of 12 volts. Correctly connect the banana jacks between the charged batteries battery 1 plus and minus terminals and the stand-alone inverter's DC in plus and minus terminals. In this process, it converts DC 12 volts to AC 220 volts. Correctly connect the banana jacks between the stand-alone inverter's AC 220 volts output plus and minus terminals and the slave 1 plus and minus terminals of automatic transfer switch part. Correctly connect the banana jacks between the automatic transfer switch part's master plus and minus terminals and the panel board part's circuit breaker 1 plus and minus terminal. Correctly connect the banana jacks between the automatic transfer switch part's AC output plus and minus terminals and the AC load select part's load 1 plus and minus terminals. If you use the load 2 and 3, when using up to load 2, connect from plus and minus terminal of load select 1 to the load select 2 using banana jack for each polarity. When using up to load 3, connect from plus and minus terminal of load select 2 to the load select 3 using banana jack for each polarity. Connect 220 volts power cord to the power terminal at the side of panel board. Connect 220 volts power cord to the terminal at the side of solar simulator. Turn on the toggle switches for solar cell 1, 2, 3 and 4 of solar simulator. Then, the DC out lamp 1, 2, 3 and 4 of solar simulator and the DC lamps for channel 1, 2, 3 and 4 of joint box come on one after another. Turn on the DC circuit breaker of joint box. Then, charge controller 1 solar input power is approved, thus turning the DC lamp on. Turn on the battery 1 selector switch of charge battery part. Input signal is entered into the stand-alone inverter, and converted AC input signal enters into load 1, 2 and 3 of AC load select, and then power supply is supplied from the battery to load 1, 2 and 3. Turn on the main power circuit breaker for the panel board, and turn on circuit breaker 1. In this process, the load configured through the main power input terminal for the automatic transfer switch activates 30 seconds later. To make sure that the main power is disconnected, forcibly turn off the panel board circuit breaker 1 and the main power circuit breaker. As the automatic transfer switch detects power failure, and it automatically switches to the photovoltaic power inverter input line, the lamp flashes back on.